Over the years, I've worked with business owners, entrepreneurs, physicians, professionals, immigrants, and families from all walks of life. And what I've discovered is that most people are asking the wrong question. They ask, how much money do I need? But the better question is, what stage of the financial life cycle am I in? Because every stage has a different lesson, there's a different principle, a different mindset, and a different identity. If you're trying to solve today's problems with yesterday's lesson, you'll often feel stuck. Here's one of the most important ideas I can share with you. When we align with universal principles, life tends to get easier. When we violate universal principles, life tends to get harder. Not because life is punishing us, and not because they're my rules. That's simply how reality works. The most powerful thing you can do is learn the principles and align yourself with them. The easiest way to identify your stage is to compare two numbers: your annual income and your net worth. It's not perfect, but it gives us a surprisingly accurate picture of where you are and what life may be asking you to learn next. If your income is greater than your net worth, you're likely in the starting out or starting over stage. Maybe you're beginning your journey, or maybe life handed you a setback and you're rebuilding. Either way, this stage teaches the most important financial principle of all. Money is for more than spending. If the only thing you know how to do with money is spend it, you'll spend your entire life running on a financial treadmill. The moment you learn to keep some, save some, and grow some, everything begins to change. This is the gateway principle, the golden rule. Once it's learned, embraced, and acted upon, it unlocks the door to financial freedom. At this stage, your money is beginning to make money. You're starting to see the fruits of the seeds you've planted. Some of your assets are beginning to work alongside you, and you're creating real momentum. But a growing garden needs structure. Without a trellis, things eventually become tangled. And that's exactly what happens financially. The lesson here is systems. Systems for saving, systems for investing, systems for taxes, systems for financial decisions. Successful people eventually discover that systems outperform willpower. This is where many successful business owners and professionals find themselves. The business grows, or the income grows, so the opportunities grow, but so does complexity. The challenge is no longer earning money, it's managing everything. Family, business, health, retirement, purpose, everything wants your attention. Well, the lesson here isn't achievement. You've already achieved. The lesson is alignment. Making sure the most important areas of your life are moving in the same direction. At this stage, many people begin thinking about a virtual family office because everything has become interconnected, and almost every decision affects multiple areas of life. Taxes affect investing, investing affects retirement, business affects family. Family affects legacy. Everything is connected. The lesson here is coherence. The more coordinated everything becomes, the more powerful everything becomes. Eventually, the questions begin to change. It's no longer about accumulation. And it's no longer about maximizing. The focus shifts toward impact, purpose, families, and what survives you. You can leave money. But money without wisdom doesn't usually last. You can leave assets, but principles sustain future generations. One of my favorite mental models is this: life is like an ocean. The ocean is abundant. The question isn't whether abundance exists. The question is, how much are you prepared to receive? Some people bring a thimble, some bring a bucket, and some bring a fleet of tanker trucks. The ocean can fill all of them without being diminished. So part of every stage is learning how to receive more and steward more. Most people think they need more money, but often they're trying to solve today's problem with yesterday's lesson. And they're trying to use yesterday's identity to navigate today's stage. Every stage requires a new lesson and a new version of you. This is why we created the PEAK Maestro rehearsal room. Not because people need more pressure, and not because people need more information. They need a safe place to think, a trusted guide, and a better map for the chapter they're living right now. If you're wondering what stage you're in, let's have a conversation. We'll talk about where you are today, the chapter you're navigating, the concerns that are most important to you, and the lesson your journey may be inviting you to learn next. From there, we'll determine the most appropriate next step. Maybe it's tax planning. Maybe it's financial planning. Maybe it's a financial physical. Maybe it's an identity MRI. Maybe it's something else entirely. One of the most valuable things we offer is the identity MRI. Because the identity that got you here may not be the identity that gets you there. It helps uncover hidden beliefs, old patterns, childhood programming, and what's really holding you back. The real question isn't just what do you want to have, the real question is, who does your future self need you to become? If you're not ready for a conversation yet, that's perfectly okay. Join us for Wealth Wednesday and begin learning the principles. We go deeper into taxes, wealth, business, retirement, identity, and stewardship. And we'll teach you how to make taxes and inflation your friend at every stage of the financial life cycle. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me today. If you'd like more insights on taxes, wealth building, financial wellness, identity development, and life transitions, stay connected. I'd love to continue the conversation. Every stage has a lesson. Every lesson reveals a principle. Every principle requires a new identity. And every transition can be navigated with the right guide. Come for the tax saving. Stay for the peace of mind. And become the maestro of your financial life.